Hey, my name is PolishLynx and today we are starting Elisa the Innkeeper, to which I did play the prequel of before, in 2016 I think, so it's been a while. Anywho, it's time to continue, so let's go with the main game. Okay, Act 1, Prequel. This short chapter is nevertheless important because it allows the player to make meaningful choices which will influence the unfolding events. Unlockable items, a bug, some sword, some broken sword, and a book. Okay. The inn was warm and hearty. The construction was solid, whilst the aroma of strong oak and the faint fragrance flowers filled the entirety of the first floor. Elisa, the innkeeper, was running laps around the bar to serve her various and sundry customers. Oh, what? I can't go with... Okay. A prince approached, found an open stool and took a seat where he could catch a gaze of the busy innkeeper. Dang, she really is beautiful. Every time I see her I fall over again. He thought to himself while taking a sip from his beer. Elisa noticed the prince in his stool. He certainly caught her attention as she leaned forward to wipe down the counter. Did I ever tell you that I live in a castle? Preoccupied with cleaning the sopping counter, she had noticed the front of her blouse had become wet. The prince tried his best not to take full advantage of the situation.
Oh, really? I don't think you were mentioning it. So, am I to assume you are some kind of nobleman?
Full of himself and with a smirk, he placed a glass onto the freshly cleaned counter. Bastard. I am without a doubt one of the finest ones you've met. She smiled and decided to rest her head onto her palms. Nice view. What's this here? Oh, it disappeared.
Do you mean you're different than all the other nobles that come into my inn?
Well, you can see everything from this angle, but of course no one could replicate family or my noble being. I've seen many princes come and go through here.
I've seen many princes come and go through here, however, there's something different about you.
The prince's son noticed that all the other patrons had vanished by now.
So tell me, what do you think makes you so special?
The prince took a deep breath. Did she really just ask me that? Stoning he down the last of his beer. I own the most gorgeous castle in all of Florence.
And what else?
She's so close I can smell her perfume, it's so sensual. I would love to caress her. Should I try to? Perhaps I might. Suddenly a strange feeling overwhelmed him.
I believe it's time for you to wake up.
What?
You need to wake up.
Elisa, once so close that he who could have held her in his grasp had suddenly begun to fade to black. Such a shame. The beauty in my dreams is almost too sweet to savor. The prince woke up in a daze. Just a dream, huh? He thought, bringing a hand to soothe the pain that racked around in his head. Is it me, or this is actually what we had in the prequel? It's been so long that I honestly don't remember. But it might be the same thing. My head is killing me! What happened last night? He glanced around the room and found broken bottles and plates. Obviously nothing to be proud of. Have I been robbed? He sluggishly muttered. If it had been a burglary, he likely would have been left nude due to the price of his wardrobe. What could I have gotten myself into? I feel so sick. With the windows shut and the drapes drawn, the room fell silent and the prince was able to focus all his attention on his throbbing headache. The only thing I remember is how exhausted I was when I finally went to bed. Yet somehow, I don't recognize this place. I don't think I'm even in the right inn. Thinking stood helping. Perhaps I need more rest. It's too early for this. It isn't even noon yet, and why should I have to wake up so early? It's not like I have a job. Back to bed, or invest. Can I save now? Wait. Can I save here? Save the game. Whoop. Just in case. Back to bed or investigate? Let's investigate. No, I can't go back to sleep. Not with that putrid stench lingering around. How can I sleep knowing something of value that belongs to me is missing? Also, just so you know, we are not him in this game. We are like kind of god of the game, and we decide what the characters will do. Like not only one of them, okay? I think that's how it was. Anyway, what happened last night? This probably wasn't the best time to go back to bed. The prince really needed to retrace his steps. Maybe I'm worrying too much about it, he said to himself, trying to ignore the pulsing pain in his head. Still, it's probably not a bad idea to take a look around. The room was a pigsty, hazardous even, with all the shattered plates and glasses. Moreover, some of the chairs were turned over, the fireplace was spouting ashes on the floor, whilst the bed sheets remained scattered across the room. First of all, let's open the window. I don't think I can bear this stench without vomiting. He opened the window and lingered there for a moment to take a deep breath of fresh air while he was reminiscent over his dream. I was definitely dreaming about something interesting. What was it for? The white, wet curtains the prince was leaning on reminded him of the dream he thought he'd forgotten 1 second ago. Oh, too bad, it was such a sweet dream. Of course, now I remember I was dreaming about Lisa. I better not say loudly what I have done to her. Too bad it was just a dream. Okay, so... Wait, there are only like... Oh. There are only 5 spaces? Okay. I mean, technically you have done nothing to her in that dream. Oh. Well, you would have... Who knows what you would have done. Oh, too bad you were such a... Let's go with this. Yes. Oh, too bad. It was such a sweet dream. Now to think about it, yesterday afternoon, after speaking with the merchant, I went to go see her. He slowly buttoned up his vest and he focused his thoughts on reconstructing the recent events. I don't think there was a twist like that in the free-to-play prequel. Now I remember. I was arguing with that merchant for the sale of my castle when at some point we decided to walk towards the inn to conclude our business deal. When everything was settled, we started drinking and then... I can't remember anything after that. A worrying feeling of anxiety filled the mind of the young prince. What if that blasted merchant maybe signed that deal? In panic, he started rummaging around to find his clothes, which had been strewn across the room. I can't see any sacks of coin on the nightstand. As drunk as I was, I very well could have gifted my castle away. Searching the room, he began to locate his clothes, sprouted on the dresser, mantle, and other random locations. Somehow his clothes managed to end up in the furthest corner under the bed. Stretching as much as he could, the prince extended his hand and felt something other than his clothes. He was certain he'd heard a faint metallic sound. Maybe a coin? What's this? His hope was to find some gold. However, as he moved the sheets away, the only thing he managed to see under the shadow of the bed was a silver blade. He sighed and, with some precautions, he pulled out what was by all accounts a sword. What is this doing here? he asked himself. A sword? Why would there be a sword in the midnight room? The blade was made entirely of silver and its hilt covered with brown cloth. It looked more like a decoration than a weapon. The prince was tense and hesitated. Alright, I'll take it with me. Someone was so foolish that they left behind as their loss. He shrugged and smiled. He turned and saw the scabbard leaning on the wall. With the state this room is in, I'm not sure I should walk down to pay. It would cost me a fortune to compensate for all of this damage. I think it would be better to just leave a few coins and get out quickly. Right now you can clean the freaking room. Calmly he fastened his belt and sheathed the sword with care to avoid damaging it. Time to go. Who could it be at this time? The waiter? I fear that I'll have to give up some coin to pay for the lunch in the room. Did they have to knock right now? I don't even have time to tidy up in here. I don't need this. Who could it be? If it's the waiter, he probably wants to settle down. I need to get out of here. Alright. Let's settle this kind of the correct way, because he will not manage to clean this place up. Let's go. Who could it be at this time? The waiter? I fear that I'll have to give up some coin to pay for the damage in the room. The knocks to the door become incessant.
I know you're in there! Open the door!
Recognizing the merchant's voice, the prince froze. He even stopped breathing to make as little noise as he could. What do I do now?
I'm tired of waiting! I've got the papers to sign here with me. Remember the deal we made yesterday afternoon?
Wait a second, if he came here to make a signed documents, it means he wasn't able to get anything out of me. My fears were unfounded. I'm getting ready, give me a moment to dress.
I don't have time for you to TTV yourself! Open this door!
The prince was busy fixing up his clothes as well as he could, trying to remember all the details of the deal he agreed upon the day before. It would have been unforgivable to approve without any inkling to their previous agreement. What kind of impression will I give if he sees all this mess? I'm never going to be able to clean this up. He said reluctantly, opening the door. I actually thought last evening. Why don't you clean up a bit before going to bed? His shame became so unbearable that the prince practically leapt out of the room. Here I am. Shall you take a seat downstairs?
I would like some privacy. Your room will be perfect for that.
What need is there to stay in the room when we can walk downstairs and have a drink?
I don't really feel like drinking after last night.
Oh, please, let's walk down. I'll offer you a round.
No, I'm really not feeling it, honestly.
Don't make me beg you.
For all I care, you're free to drink all you want afterwards. Please, let's go in. I want to finish this matter quickly.
What if I offer you lunch? Fancy a steak or some cake? We could even invite a friend to lunch with us. What would you say to this?
What the hell are you hiding in the room that you came to the point of offering me a meal? You sound like you. Any excuses, please. Make way.
I'm deadly serious. I'd rather you not come in. He added, interposing himself between the door and the merchant. Seeing the sudden hostility in this scene, the merchant gave up his instinct and finally decided to listen to the prince. He turned and began walking down the stairs. Once to the bottom of the stairs, they picked a table in less crowded corner so that they could have some quiet. Before I sign, I would like to know what happened last night. My mind is clouded and I don't remember much at all. He said, sitting on the stool. Very patiently, the merchant started explaining the events of last night without omitting a single detail. Do you fear that I may have coerced you into doing something against your will? Last night we came to the scene because the sun was setting and finally managed to agree on the last deal so I did. It kind of looks like you remember nothing at all from a talk yesterday evening. Alright, I don't understand the safety of this game. Wait, it kind of looks in What are you getting at? I only think what I seem to understand. You should learn to mind your own business and knowing when it is the right or wrong time to say certain things. Please, there's no need to get angry. How am I meant to not get angry when you keep provoking me? Come on, we shouldn't speak further about it. I just made an observation, that's it. Keep your observation for yourself. Now, show me the papers you prepared. In such case, do you not wish anymore to know what happened yesterday evening? Are you here to do business or waste time? As you wish. The merchant pulled out the contract from his bag and put it on the table. Here you are. This is the final deal we struck yesterday. I urge you to sign it now so I can leave this bleak house. But I won't be forced to deal with you anymore. After a quick scan, the prince took a pen and scribed a quick, precise signature on the paper. I've signed it. Now give me the money. You'll have money in due time. Noticing the merchant about to put the equipment away in his bag, the noble was struck by a moment of doubt. He swiftly put a hand on the merchant's arm, stopping his movement. What else do you want? What does this mean? Are you talking about this small variation? It is just a little bit over 50 gold pieces, just a tiny detail. How could they modify a proposal without telling me? As it stands, I'm the merchant and the buyer. The stuff belongs to my field of work. Yeah, but it's my money. You don't have the right to do whatever you want. I just thought that such a small change wouldn't even faze you. The Innkeeper Prince, I thought we wouldn't have to talk about small things. Evidently I was wrong. You were very wrong. Did you think I wouldn't notice? You should be thankful instead of always criticizing me. I should have cut double that to properly renovate your property. I tried to meet you halfway, but if you like, I can detract even more money from the deal. This makes no sense. Why would the renovation cost be on me? Maybe it does not make sense to you for an entrepreneur, for your property is a tough beast. Lowering the starting price was the very least I had to do. And you believe this would suit me well? I'd say so. I don't think you have much choice. The merchant crossed his arm and made himself more comfortable on the stool. He took a look at the prince as he was reading a contract. He can think about it as much as he wants. I have no wish to give more concessions. Are you kidding me? Yes, no, that's serious, as he put down the documents. I start business, I always am serious. 50 gold coins are no small change. I'm a merchant. I know the difference between a fair deal and a ripoff. Right. You should feel honored to get such a sir as me. I am part of the nobility after all. After we seal this deal and after the voice gets around, you will have many more clients willing to make business with you. The merchant was not convinced by this argument at all. He sneered and replied swiftly. These are empty words, you are a prince. You were rich, how were you? Your father squandered away all of you had. Do not say one more word for your own sake. The prince looked extremely frustrated, rage and anxiety showing his face. The merchant, unfazed, kept talking. You need this money. I cannot see an alternative for you if you do not take this deal now. The nobility has two defined characteristics: pride and dignity. In fear of such a blatant humiliation, one of these two failed in the young prince. Blinded by rage, he jumped forward, threw down his tool and unsheathed his sword. I told you to shut up. Are you deaf? This is not about money anymore. This is your life on the line. The merchant, one more ago so relaxed and confident, transformed completely. He stood up shakingly as his face turned white. Immediately after, he raised his hands. Let's keep calm, please. There's no need for this excess. It is just business. I have no intention of showing disrespect. But that's what you did. If this is business indeed, as you say, then you certainly do not look like a shrewd businessman. In fact, I'm surprised that you are still alive. As the prince neared the end of this sentence, his blade neared the neck of the merchant. This scene lasted only a few seconds, but they felt like minutes or hours even. The merchant thought he was done for, but luck, usually not taking any part in the occasions, sided with him.
Stop! Our call the guards!
A waiter came to the door just at the right time. His intervention definitely diffused the tense situation. Do not meddle in other people's business, boy. The sword very close to the merchant's neck started shaking as a host of bad thoughts and doubts was filling the mind of the prince. Then why did he have to intervene now? This satisfaction cost me my freedom. I cannot make any mistakes. Please, alright, let's put this away. I'm convinced. I'll give you these 50 gold coins. I have only two choices.
Why can't I freaking...
Is there really no more? Okay. Okay. Give me the man, then bugger off. Impatient to see the perilous situation resolved, the merchant placed him on the table as quickly as he could, then he hastily gathered up the papers and left. I believe it is time for me to go, he said, disappearing from sight. Fine, had better of him. He was satisfied with himself. He smiled and bagged the money. The merchant had fled so fast that he forgot to close the door. Such a nice sight for the prince, who could finally boast a victory against his rival. The people unfortunately with these days. He even traded me with a sword for a few coins. The merchant was gone. However, the prince needed more than a little while before he could calm down and find some composure. Many people had seen that scene, and even if it looked like the show was over, they still were there, muttering among themselves. Even if this situation was slipped out of my control, I could turn the tide in my favor. It is really unbelievable that I suffered no consequences. He felt completely distracted from the world around him, his eyes closed. He felt completely distracted from the world around him, his eyes closed. Whoa, I like how the text appears, like comments of other people that are around. The noise in the room only grew. It was impossible for such a proud nobleman to ignore the depreciating words that were being openly said at that point. They regard me as nothing more than a petty criminal.
If I were in his shoes, you think I should order the guards if I was no. Okay.
I love it! Knowing that causing another scene would have certainly brought problems with the guards, the prince with an inhuman effort managed to ignore the affront. He issued his order and left the inn without saying a single word. What does these plebeians know about what I'm worth? Let them talk. It's no use wasting time with such people. It was still his pride speaking, whereas in that moment a common person would certainly have had different feelings. Is it possible that nobody alone could change a person so much? Maybe I did cross the line there, he said to himself, fiddling with the bag of gold he had just obtained. I certainly don't care about the opinion of common folk, however, that merchant. He said he was being generous. Is that true? Maybe I should ask him for more details. He was talking to himself, trying to find excuses for refusing to go after the men he just threatened to kill. Such twisted minds, these noblemen, especially when they bring themselves to make apologies. He left the inn not long ago. It shouldn't be too hard to track him down. His slow walk quickly turned around. As expected, he was released to find the merchant, who was walking down the way himself, fully immersed in his thoughts. He had almost reached the doorstep of his favorite inn. Clearly he needed a moment to offer respite after that long and hazardous morning. Relief of having escaped danger it was a blow to him, having to face reality again. I finally found you. I'll produce you so for some important details. Stop!
Damn! It's him again!
At this point he had reached Elisa's inn. Should he run inside and bar the door? Not a good idea, although in some way he really wanted it right now.
Look, are you capable of the owner this thing? I do not want to get in an argument here. What do you want?
I know this is, and Innkeeper too. Let's go inside. I'll explain everything once we find a place to sit.
Here we go again.
Merchant Waterblank walked to the prince with a smirk on his face. What is done is done. At this point there is no reason to assume that argument again. What about we enter the inn and then each one goes their way? I'll cause trouble, and hopefully you will do the same. Just you wish personally have grown a bit tired of how to do it. If you have something to tell me, do it quickly. I have no wish to bear. Okay. Alright, as you wish. This time I need to know. First one, I guess. What is done is done. At this point there is no reason to assume that argument again. What about we enter the inn and then each one goes their way? I will cause trouble, hopefully you will do the same. Hearing those words, the prince felt cornered. As usual, he picked the impulsive course of action, facing off against the merchant and challenging him. Obviously, he had already forgotten all about making excuses. What did he say? I came to you to apologize, but your demeanor is that remind me why we were having that argument in the first place. What do you think you are for speaking to me like that?
I'm a regular customer of this inn and, well, I do not wish to make a scene in front of the owner. I decided it would be best if we avoided each other.
I'm prudent. I have been coming to this inn since a long time ago. Everyone knows how much I care about Elisa. Don't worry, I have no intention to argue again. As far as I'm concerned, we can ignore each other. But you should never forget that between me and you, there is a well-known difference. In this inn, my money is worth just as much as yours. If Elisa had to make a distinction between her bundles, she would do very well to separate me from you.
For what reason?
I am a prince.
And I'm a merchant from Venice.
Yeah, well done, with a castle you bought.
I bought gas exactly the same time you sold yours.
That's enough. I know who I am and I demand respect.
Who's disrespecting you? You started this argument.
I come to this inn because I am in love with the owner. Everyone knows this, and everyone must respect the fact I'm interested in her.
This is skeleton. Someone to stop you from loving Elisa? For what reason do you believe that I'm here in Florence?
The prince was struck by his question. He actually thought that the sale of his castle was the only reason for the presence of the merchant in Florence. Apparently, he was wrong. Oh, great. But rest assured that you will achieve nothing at all.
And if I don't, what chance do you have?
I can, you can't. Everyone knows Elisa needs my protection.
Elisa needs money, surely not protection.
Money? I have plenty.
I spend 1 gold coin per day, my prince, and I regularly make her gifts.
I certainly do not flaunt what I do for her.
You're not saying what you do, but everyone knows.
Answered the merchant with sarcasm. The prince had a hard time reasoning under pressure. It was well known. His irrational demeanor had repeatedly been the cause of unpleasant situations. Not everything is known.
Of course, this is the waiters speak about it. 3 silver coins per day.
Speaking about waiters, I know one in particular. I don't like him. Seems like the innkeeper holds him in high regard. Too much so, in fact.
It's well that she wants to marry him. It wouldn't be a bad thing. It's hard for a young woman to keep all in all alone. As far as I'm concerned, if they marry, I will give her 300 gold coins.
If she marries, I'll be her protector, and I will do. Only I know what I will do.
Come on, let's make her a gift, as good friends. Let us give her 300 gold coins each.
What I do secretly. I know who I am, and I don't flaunt it.
Because he doesn't do anything, right? Kind of. But this other guy is like... only about money. Such fool, poor yet proud. They had been arguing for a few minutes already in front of the inn center, so focused on prevailing on each other, then neither of them saw the waiter near them.
Excuse me, my lords.
Find the waiters here.
I'm at your service, sir. Only sir? Who taught you your manners? Please forgive me.
Tell me, how is the dear Innkeeper?
She's well, sir. You don't. What would you, sir?
It's the title I used for that other guest too.
There's a huge difference between us.
I can tell from the tips. He thought, trying to conceal a smirk.
Tell the Innkeeper I wish to speak with her. She should come to me now.
Yeah, Your Highness, is the town of your liking?
Yes, it is good. You have known for 3 months already. You're so impolite.
Do you want to see the difference between me and the prince here? Here, have this! I gave you a gold coin. Try and get one from him as well. It was a perfect occasion for our rich merchant who finally managed to show off what he could the best. Spend money. Without a blink, he took out of his bag the equivalent to a month's wage for a waiter, and he gifted it nonchalantly. Thank you, sir, he replied, moved by the unexpected gesture. What about you, Highness?
I don't throw away my money like a fool. Be gone. You think you will defeat me for gifts? But you will accomplish nothing. My title is worth more than all of your coins.
Technically, not really.
You can spend as much as you like, Elisa does not care about you.
With all your nobility, you feel she has any admiration for you? What do you need, my friend? It's money.
Prestige and protection are more important. It is vital to command respect.
When money bounds, everyone has respect for you. Doubt.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Friends, what is this noise? Are you arguing? How did it come to this dispute? Suddenly, it was possible to see any figure, a tall, strong man with dark hair and proud aspect. Most likely a new customer who, once done sorting out his luggage, did not hesitate to step forward with great confidence. It's simple, really. At this point, I think it's easy to deduce that the persistence of this prince is due to the fact that he is in love with the Innkeeper. I love her even more, but for him insisted so that I would be served sweetly, so that I could offer my greetings first.
And rough, there is no more futile reason for a dispute. A woman bothers you? A woman? What must I hear? In my case, there is nothing to worry about. I have never loved women. I never held them in any esteem, and I always found them utterly impossible to stand.
I don't think that's good for you. Please, do you want us to believe that you've never felt affection for a woman? But look, the owner of the scene is an exquisite little person. You're telling me that in your whole life you never felt attracted to a woman? Yeah, think first.
Please, do you want us to believe that you've never felt affection for a woman? Absolutely never. This is impossible.
Why do you find it strange, friends? What's this? New codex, okay. Dear Knight, women are precious, are a child that just might be care of. It seems possible to me that you hate them.
It is just like that, for there are some women that even you would not be able to reject, if the occasion arised.
If I have to be honest with you, dear prince, I have never found well matching your description, and I'm not interested in finding her.
As an example, take our Innkeeper. She is an absolutely lovely woman. She's special somehow.
Truly you make me laugh. What greatness might she have, which is not a peculiarity of all the other women?
She holds a noble demeanor. It is enthralling.
She's beautiful, has good wits, and great taste in clothing. All the things are worth nothing at all.
I've stayed at the inn for 3 days and the impression she made to me was nothing good.
But pay attention to her. Spend some time with her. You will surely notice something good.
You fools! It is just a facade!
You believe her? Huh? I'd never fall for that.
Away with dolls! All of them! They moved mountains to find me a wife, but I never wanted one. It's Innkeeper. Elisa. I leave her to you, even if she was more beautiful than Aphrodite. New song unlocked.
I bow to your lordships.
The argument was suddenly interrupted by the girl. She wasn't used to personally greeting all of the customers of her inn, however she couldn't help but hear the nice words, and they were funny enough to reason to step in. She was clean and smelled good. The mere sight of her was enough to hypnotize the prince and the merchant. Here you are, dear Elisa. I was just looking for you. I have some inquiries not here for.
Where do you want me, Highness?
In my room. I'm certain a man of your rank will have no problems talking to me here, in front of everyone, in your room, but if you need something, the waiter will serve you. Oh. Sir Prince, I'd be glad if you would avoid embarrassing me from now on. You know well that I never enter my guest's room, but you forced me to keep repeating it. First.
I'm certain that a man of your rank will have no problems talking to me here, in front of everyone.
Oh dear, Elisa, you have plenty of reason, but you see, what I have to tell you, I'd rather only you hear it.
My dear Earls, I will instead speak publicly. I'll not disturb you by making you come to my room.
Exploiting the situation, the merchant took out of his pocket 2 earrings, clearly of immense value, and ceremoniously offered them to the innkeeper so that everyone could see and envy this gesture. Please look at these earrings, do you like them? They're diamonds, you know.
Oh yes, I recognize them. I know about jewelry.
They are yours, if you will accept them. My friend, you are throwing that away. Quickly replied the knight condescendingly. He looked confused but amused at the same time. These are quite trend lately. Please accept them in the name of my love. What a madman!
No, I'm sorry, sir.
I'll take offense if you don't.
Oh, if you insist.
Okay. Alright.
Oh!
What's this? Okay. New trait, new codex, good karma.
Oh, if you insist, I will happily accept them. You are always so thoughtful with me. I really don't know how to repay you.
Real smart. In truth, dear merchant, you just want to look good. Such public gifts simply for vanity. Dear Elisa, I have to speak to you in private, just you and me. I am a prince. Still dumbfounded by the crazy gift, Elisa stayed speechless for a while, just staring at the earring she was still holding. Surely she had no intention of pleasing the Princess whimsy this time. She was compelled to go to her room and try on that precious jewelry.
I'm sorry, I cannot read right now. If none of you have any further work for me, I will excuse myself.
Hey Kiba, the sheets you gave me are not for my liking. If there is anything better, I'll have to procure them myself.
Sir, you'll be provided better sheets. However, you should be more respectful of your requests.
I don't have to compliment the people I paid to work for me. The knight's own voice was so loud that it snapped the two lovers back to reality. Forgive him, he's a mortal enemy of woman.
Poor woman, what did they do to him? Was he so bad with them?
That's enough! No need to go further! Change my sheets. It is fine if a waiter does it. Friends, I say goodbye to you. The knight's disdain for the others was evident as he walked away.
rude, nasty person. He was not very courteous at all.
Dear Elisa, not everyone acknowledges your merits. If you want to send him away, you just have to say the word, and I'll have him immediately removed.
And I'll be happy to pay off all of his outstanding payments with the inn. Thank you both. I really appreciate it. Actually, I have to excuse myself as well. I have to see a jeweler to find a necklace to combine with the earrings. Dear, don't, Mr. Merchant.
You deserve a lot. And I have no objections to spend money.
I'll see this jeweler. The merchant that he sent us and left the inn.
Curse him. He will kill me with his gifts.
It's if the merchant does too much.
Those people have so money, and they squander it without a thought. They are convinced that beautiful women like you let themselves be had with more gifts.
Well, I certainly don't mind the gifts.
I would never give you the displeasure of forcing up to accept such a gift.
Certainly never gave me this kind of displeasure.
Huh. Just as certainly I never will. I would almost renounce my to be in the same shoes as that merchant.
So loaded then. Oh, why? Do you envy his wealth?
No, what wealth for you? I'd do so much more.
What would you do?
In front of God, I would marry you.
What did you just say? His Highness the Stinky Prince would marry me? Nevertheless, if he really wanted to wed me, there would be problems. I would not want him. Illustrations. I know what to do with all the talk he does. If I married all those who showed interest now, I would have a countless husbands. All men who stare the scene fall in love with me, and immediately try to flirt with me. This Nightfall, so rude, so brash. Is he an enemy of all women? So, he never found a good one. Oh, but he will find her. He will find her. What if he just found her? I wouldn't mind the challenge. I tire of all those lasting after me. Nobility is not for me there. I would really enjoy trying to make this night fall for me, and I would conquer his heart, who so proclaims his enmity of women. We women. What's this? New art, okay. Me, we women, we who are the most beautiful Mother Nature ever created.